Hey peeps, grilling season is finally here. Check out this weather. It's been a long time coming here in the Northeast, but we're ready to grill. So today we're going to make a super easy dish. It's delicious. It takes no time. Even your husband could make it. Pork tenderloin, marinated, barbecued pork tenderloin with a little bit of an Asian flair. I marinated it actually last night. If you can marinate the meat overnight, it's best. It'll get the most flavor into the meat. And in the marinade is soy sauce, orange juice, red wine, honey, brown sugar, garlic powder, black pepper, and Dijon mustard. And you basically put it all into this bag, recipes on the blog, and then you sort of massage it into the meat and you pop it into a bowl and let it go overnight. And then every now and then you can turn it just to make sure the marinade's totally incorporating. When you're ready to cook, take it out about 30 minutes to an hour before you're going to grill and let it come to room temperature. It'll cook more evenly. And then you're going to drain the marinade off the pork into a saucepan. And this is we're gonna cook this later, and it's gonna make this really delicious velvety sauce. So get all of the marinade out of there. Okay, and then we're gonna put our pork on the grill. Woof, it's hot, but let's go. All right, take the tenderloin out of the bag. There's one. They come in packages of 2, and this is about 2.5 to 3 pounds of pork tenderloin this recipe makes. And you're gonna see later we're going to take the leftovers and make tacos. It's gonna be delicious. Okay, put these right on the grill. Okay. We're going to close the grill, and they're going to cook for, in total, about 15 to 20 minutes, and I'm going to come out periodically and turn them about every 5 minutes so they get a nice sear on all sides. We want them to reach a temperature internally of about 140 to 145 degrees. They might be a little bit pink in the center, which is fine. The old days of not eating pork like that are long gone, and it'll be delicious and juicy. So about 140 to 145. Now we're also going to grill some asparagus. So for the asparagus, all we do is we take some olive oil, about 1/4 cup. You're going to drizzle it on, and then you're going to season it with salt, probably about a teaspoon of salt and about a teaspoon of black pepper. And then you're just going to massage that with your hands to get them really well coated. And we're going to throw those directly on the grill with the meat. This grill's at about medium-high heat. You want it to be about 400, 450 degrees. Lay these guys on, and they're going to get charred and delicious. All right, close that baby back up. All right, so our pork tenderloin and our asparagus is cooking away on the grill. Now we're going to make a really super easy side dish. I'm putting a little bit of olive oil into a pot, probably about a tablespoon. And I'm going to add to that 1 onion, like 1 medium-sized onion chopped. And we're going to let that cook for a minute. Boop. Stir that. Just let that cook for a second. Let's turn up that heat a little bit. We're going to let that get soft, and when you can smell it, you're ready for the next step. In the meantime, this is the marinade that we drained off of our pork, and we're going to start to cook that. This is going to probably cook for about 8 to 10 minutes. We want to basically cook off all of the raw pork. And bring it to a boil and let it reduce a little bit, and then we're going to thicken it at the end. Keep an eye on it and stir it occasionally because it will tend to bubble up because of the sugar in the sauce. All right, we're checking on the pork and the asparagus. Ooh, it smells amazing. All right, so, oh, look at that char. So you can see you want a nice char. That went for about 5 to 7 minutes on the first side, so now we're going to flip it, and it's probably going to go for about another 5 minutes. I'm going to take the asparagus, looks beautiful. I'm actually going to take that off now. You take a peek at these guys. That is beautiful and is going to be so delicious and fresh. You don't want to overcook it. You want it to be a little bit crisp tender. So we'll take that guy off. Close the grill. We're checking on our pork. Let's see where we are. It's been about 5 more minutes, so let's see if we're up to temperature. I'm gonna stick this guy right in there. We want to be at about 140. We're gonna let him rest for a little bit because he's tired after all this time on the grill. Creeping up there, and it'll cook a little bit more while he's resting. So yeah, we're at 140. We're gonna take these guys off. Come on, little guy. Where's your brother? Ooh. I wish you could smell this. It smells amazing. All right, we're gonna finish the couscous and then we're gonna plate this puppy up. All right, those onions look beautiful and fragrant. So now we're gonna add 1 1/4 cups of water, and we're gonna bring that to a boil. This is a really cool recipe because it uses a box of Near East couscous. So it's super simple, super fast, and what we're basically doing is just jazzing up this Near East couscous. This is Parmesan flavor. They have a nice pine nut flavor. So we're gonna wait till this comes to a boil. We're gonna put it in along with our parsley and some lemon juice and stir it, cover it, and it'll be done in 5 minutes. It's a really quick, easy side. So we will be right back. All right, the water's at a rolling boil, so easy peasy. We're gonna add our couscous, the mix. This is like the Parmesan cheese mix, the different flavor, the flavor packet. We're gonna turn this off. We're gonna add our parsley. It's gonna be purdy. And then we're gonna add in some lemon juice. Probably about half a lemon, and you squeeze it right through your fingers, and then you get all the seeds in your fingers so you don't get seeds in your couscous. So that's 1, and then 2. That's a pretty juicy lemon, so I'm using half a lemon. If you don't have a real juicy guy, then you could use a little bit more. It's pretty much to taste. Wash my hands. We're gonna stir this up to mix. See how pretty that is? And then all the work is done. Actually, let's add a teeny bit of black pepper and a little bit of salt. Okay, mix that puppy up. And then you're gonna cover it and you're just gonna let it sit. So in the meantime, our sauce is still bubbling away here. So this guy, see how he's gotten a little bit thickened? We're gonna add some milk and cornstarch in a minute and thicken that up as well. And as soon as the pork's done resting, probably about 10 to 15 minutes, so all the juices can redistribute back into the meat, we'll carve that up and then we'll plate. We're ready. The sauce is bubbling away and is reduced nicely. We're now gonna add about a tablespoon of cornstarch into a half a cup of milk. And we're just gonna whisk that until it's completely dissolved, and then we're gonna add it to the sauce, and you're gonna end up with a beautiful, velvety, delicious sauce. So if you see that, get that cornstarch in there. See how that's thickening already? Let that go for a minute. Okay. I'm going to put that down on low and keep it warm while we cut the meat and get ready to plate. I'm going to take our couscous, which I'll show you has been sitting, and you can see that took 5 minutes, and then all you do is fluff it with a fork, and it's light and delicious and lemony and wonderful. We call it cuckoo in our house. Okay, get a spoon. Bring this over here. All right, let's see how our meat looks. Drum roll. Brrr. Okay, it's been resting under the foil. I'm gonna take this guy. Let's take this guy first. Turn him this way. Okay, and then you're gonna slice against the grain into thin medallions. Oh, it's perfect. So that's exactly the color you want. That is absolutely perfect. As I would say to my family, oops, I did it again. All right, let's get this guy plated here. Beautiful. Okay. Perfect. All right, and then to plate, all we need to do is get some couscous on the plate. Make it nice and pretty. Okay, over there. And we're going to take several of our medallions and kind of layer them. Pretty pattern. Actually, one less. We still have our asparagus. Let's do our sauce first. Got our sauce, which you can see is beautiful and velvety and rich. We're going to do a little bit of that over and around our meat. And then we're going to finish with a few asparagus spears. See, how do we want those guys to go? Just like that. And then you can hit it with just a little more parsley for prettiness. And clean the edges. Rub your plate. We'll taste it. There you have a wasted a little dribble. I'm a perfectionist. Little dribble. Beautiful plate. Delicious. Now let's give it a taste. The proof is in the pudding, or in the pork in this case. I want a little of that sauce, and a little bit of couscous. It's good.